You can be wildly attracted to someone, feel chemistry, excitement, even obsession, and still be walking straight into a relationship that will quietly drain your confidence, your peace, and eventually your dignity. That's the part nobody tells you, because attraction is loud. Attraction is exciting. Attraction feels like proof. But compatibility, the thing that actually decides whether a relationship becomes peace or chaos, is quiet, invisible, and most men never learn how to see it. And the worst part is, by the time a man realizes attraction was the only thing holding the relationship together, he has already invested months, sometimes years, into something that was never built to last. And before we go deeper into this, let me say something calmly but clearly. If you're a man who wants to understand relationships at a deeper level, not just chase feelings, but actually build something stable, then subscribing here is a smart move. Not because of hype, because we talk about the psychological patterns most men only discover after painful experience. Now, here is the real issue. A lot of Western men between 18 and 40 are navigating a dating world that looks modern on the outside, but emotionally it is more confusing than ever. Apps, options, freedom, independence, endless comparison. On paper, it looks like opportunity, but internally, many men are walking around with the same quiet question they never say out loud. How do I know if this woman is actually right for me, or if I'm just caught in attraction? And that question matters more than most men realize, because attraction can happen with the wrong person very easily. Compatibility is different. Compatibility is what decides whether attraction becomes a healthy relationship or a slow emotional war. And the mistake most men make is simple but dangerous. They evaluate a woman almost entirely through attraction signals. Do I like her? Do we have chemistry? Is she fun? Is the sex good? Do we laugh together? Those things matter, but they are not the foundation. And here's what men don't realize. A woman can feel attracted to you and still be completely incompatible with your life. She can enjoy your company and still drain your energy. She can say she loves you and still create a relationship that slowly breaks your confidence. And if you don't understand compatibility beyond attraction, you will keep repeating the same cycle with different women. At first, everything feels exciting. Then small friction appears. Then confusion. Then arguments. Then distance. Then you sit alone in your apartment one night, wondering how something that felt so right at the beginning slowly turned into something exhausting. And the worst part is, many men blame women entirely when this happens. But the truth is more complicated. Most men simply never learned how to evaluate compatibility properly. They only learned how to chase attraction. And attraction alone is not enough to build a stable relationship. So today, I want to walk you through something simple but powerful, something I call the triangle of compatibility, 3 pillars that determine whether a relationship can actually work long-term, beyond attraction, beyond excitement, beyond temporary chemistry. And once you understand these 3 pillars, you will start seeing relationships very differently. You will stop wasting time with people who were never aligned with you. You will stop forcing connections that were only emotional sparks. And you will start recognizing the difference between someone who excites you and someone who actually fits your life. Now imagine this situation. It's Friday night. You're at a birthday party for a mutual friend. Music, drinks, people talking in groups, and she's there, the woman you've been seeing for a few months. She looks great. You feel proud bringing her around your friends, but something small happens. One of your friends tells a story about a business idea you've been working on, something you've been excited about, and she laughs, not with you, but slightly at the idea. It's subtle. Most people don't even notice, but inside, your chest tightens. You brush it off. Maybe she didn't mean it, but later that night in the car ride home, she starts questioning the idea again, saying things like, "Are you sure that's realistic? Or maybe you should just focus on something more stable." Now pause here. That moment right there is not about attraction anymore. It's about compatibility. Because the first pillar of compatibility is not attraction. It's alignment of direction. And here's what men don't realize. 2 people can feel strong attraction, but if they are walking in different life directions, that attraction will eventually turn into tension. A man who wants to build something ambitious needs a partner who respects that ambition, not someone who subtly discourages it. Now, this doesn't mean she has to blindly support every idea, but there's a difference between constructive concern and quiet disbelief. And men feel that difference immediately. Your body knows. You might not articulate it right away, but your chest tightens, your energy drops, and later that night you replay the conversation in your mind. Did she actually believe in me? Because alignment of direction means this: your values about life, growth, money, ambition, stability, lifestyle must move in compatible directions. Otherwise, attraction turns into friction. Let's say you're a man who values discipline. You wake up early, you work out, you focus on building something long-term. But the woman you're dating values constant leisure, spending, and living for the moment. At first, attraction hides the difference. But here's the twist. Over time, those differences stop feeling charming. They start feeling exhausting. She sees you as too serious. You see her as irresponsible. And now the relationship becomes a quiet argument about how life should be lived. This is why alignment of direction is the first pillar. Without it, attraction turns into stress. But here's what men don't realize. The second pillar is even more powerful: emotional operating system. Every person has a different emotional operating system: how they react to stress, how they handle conflict, how they process feelings, how they communicate when they are hurt. And if two emotional operating systems clash, attraction cannot save the relationship. Picture this. It's Sunday afternoon. You and her are sitting on the couch in your apartment. Something small triggers tension. Maybe you forgot to text her back earlier in the day. Now, your emotional style as a man might be calm and quiet. You prefer to step back, think, cool down before discussing something, but her emotional system is different. She wants immediate discussion, immediate reassurance, immediate emotional engagement. Neither system is wrong, but if they are incompatible, conflict becomes constant. You withdraw to think, she interprets withdrawal as rejection. She pushes harder for conversation. You feel overwhelmed and shut down more. Now both of you feel misunderstood, and this cycle repeats over and over. This is where many relationships die slowly, not because of betrayal, not because of lack of attraction, but because emotional patterns never learned how to synchronize. Now, here's the truth drop. Compatibility is not about how you feel during good moments. It's about how your systems interact during stress. Anybody can enjoy dinner together. Anybody can laugh during vacation. Compatibility shows itself during tension, and if emotional patterns clash repeatedly, attraction becomes irrelevant. Now, here's where the third pillar enters: mutual respect for identity. This one is subtle but powerful. A man's identity is built around competence, purpose, autonomy. He needs to feel respected as an individual, not managed, not controlled, not subtly corrected in front of others. But here's the psychological twist many men miss. Attraction can coexist with subtle disrespect for identity for a long time, but respect is what determines whether love deepens or collapses. If a woman admires the man you are, she strengthens your identity. If she subtly diminishes it, attraction cannot compensate. Now let's connect the triangle: direction alignment, emotional system compatibility, identity respect. When these three pillars exist together, attraction becomes powerful and stable. Without them, attraction becomes unstable fuel. This is why some relationships feel easy and others feel like constant emotional work. Now imagine another scene. You're sitting at a sports bar with a friend. He's telling you about his relationship. He says something like, "Man, she's amazing. We have insane chemistry." Then 2 minutes later, he says, "But we argue all the time." That sentence right there reveals everything: chemistry without compatibility. And many men stay in relationships like that because attraction feels rare. They think, maybe this is just how relationships are, but it's not. When compatibility exists, tension still happens, but it resolves faster. There is mutual understanding. Now, here's something important to stop doing immediately. Stop ignoring small incompatibility signals because attraction feels strong. Those signals grow louder over time. Instead, address them early. For example, if she dismisses something important to you, you can say calmly, "That matters to me. I need someone who respects that." No aggression, no defensiveness, just clarity. Another example: if emotional conflicts escalate repeatedly, you can say, I want us to talk about things calmly. I don't do well with constant escalation. This sets emotional boundaries. And here's the identity shift I want you to carry after this conversation. Stop measuring relationships by how intense they feel. Start measuring them by how stable they feel. Intensity can come from drama. Stability comes from compatibility. A woman who fits your life will not constantly confuse your mind. She will challenge you sometimes, yes, but she will not destabilize you. And when the triangle of compatibility exists, attraction becomes something powerful, not just excitement, but connection. And that kind of relationship does not feel like constant effort. It feels like two people walking in the same direction, understanding each other's emotional language, respecting each other's identity. And when that happens, love stops feeling like a battlefield. It starts feeling like peace.